So you're playing Kung Fu on the NES, and you've made it to the Stick Fighter, or the Magician, or even to Mr. X himself. So how do you defeat them? What's the best way to attack to get the ultimate advantage? Let me show you how to Kung Fu your way up the Devil's Tower and rescue your Lady Sylvia like a boss. Originally called Kung Fu Master on the arcade, this game has found its way to over 10 different gaming systems. When it hit the NES, Kung Fu was one of the first games I encountered where pressing up on the directional pad made your protagonist, Thomas, jump into the air. The A button was designated as your punch, and the B button was your kick. When you press up on the directional pad and pressed either A or B, Thomas could perform a mid-air attack. And if you press down on the D-pad while pushing either A or B, Thomas could execute a low or crouching attack. Getting a good feel for these controls is essential to beating the bosses of Kung Fu, so make sure you're ready when the action begins. Split-second timing and knowing which attacks to perform are going to be critical for Thomas and his mission. At the end of floor 1 is the Stick Fighter. He carries a long baton in one hand and can attack you high or low with it. The Stick Fighter won't jump at you, but with the reach he has with his weapon, he really doesn't need to. The goal with the Stick Fighter is to, well, just stick and move. Crouching down and kicking him is a great offense, especially if he's doing a high attack. And you can move Thomas out of the way pretty quickly if the Stick Fighter looks like he's about to crouch down to strike you. Just like actual Kung Fu, it's a game of cat and mouse to see who's the fastest with attacks. Watch the Stick Fighter's baton and make sure you are clear of it before you attack or reposition yourself. Now, although they aren't bosses, you need to watch out for the knife throwers. For most of floor 1, the enemies you encounter are unarmed henchmen who are going to have to get within arm's reach to hurt you. However, when this guy shows up, he'll be armed with knives he can throw up high and down low, so be cautious. The knife thrower will appear on several floors of the Devil's Tower, so be prepared when you see him. At the end of floor 2 is the Boomerang Thrower. He can throw multiple boomerangs at once, and his weapons cannot be caught or knocked out of the air by Thomas. Most of the time he'll start off with a high boomerang, so stay low. If he throws a low boomerang early, jump it and go in for the attack. 4 or 5 hits should take out this second floor boss for good. Waiting for you at the end of the 3rd floor is the Giant. This big-ass tank top wearing guy can't kick as high as you, but nonetheless, his kicks are powerful, and so are his punches. Thomas's biggest advantage here is his speed. Stick and move with this big guy and make sure that when you go into attack, you connect. Low kicks work really well on the Giant, so move in and execute. At the end of the 4th floor is the Magician. This guy relies completely on his magic. There's no hand-to-hand combat or weapons involved. The Magician can throw fireballs down at the floor as his low attack, then he can throw what looks like a high fireball at you. But when the ball has gone far enough past you, it will turn into a giant insect and fly back in your direction. Also, if you try to punch or kick the Magician in the head, his head will completely separate from his body. He will then disappear, then reappear with a new head. Yeah, the first time I took his head off as a kid, I got super excited and thought he was vanishing for good, only to see him reappear with a new head. It really caught me off guard. To finish the Magician for good, you'll want to crouch down and punch him in the body. Low kicks don't do any good against the Magician. Your feet will simply pass through him, so you need to kneel and punch. Some well-placed body strikes will take that magic turd out for good. On the 5th and final floor is the mysterious Mr. X. He is the last opponent standing between you and your Lady Sylvia. Mr. X fights and moves in a way that is very similar to Thomas, so you need to take extra precautions when you fight him. He is just as fast, if not a bit faster than Thomas, with his strikes. Mr. X seems very susceptible to low kicks, so try to approach him in the way that you did with the Stick Fighter and the Giant. Go in low, attack, then back up and reposition yourself. If you're playing for a quick time or you're speed running, make as many low attacks as you can while you're in that position. Mr. X can do a lot of damage with just a single attack, so stay vigilant and you'll rescue Sylvia in no time. So that's how you fight the bosses of Kung Fu like a boss. Share your Kung Fu stories with us in the comments below. I'd love to read about them. And thanks for watching.